Tesla today, how they found it and how the market right now, how it works, and it was made.
I'm Timothy. I'm Darian.
No, Mike.
So brief history of Tesla. Tesla was formerly known as Tesla Motors, and is an American electric vehicle and clean energy company that was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning and Martin Eberhard. And in 2004, Elon Musk was an early investor, investing $6.5 million, and became the largest stockholder. And he was allowed to be called a co-founder in 2009 through a lawsuit settlement. And the name Tesla originated from, it's a tribute to Nikola Tesla, who was a Serbian American electrical engineer and inventor, who is best known for inventing the alternating current electrical power system. And Tesla's mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. And right now they have 6 gigafactories, 3 located in America, 1 in China, 1 in Germany, and the latest one is in Mexico. And these factories produce their battery packs and energy storage products, as well as assembly site for their vehicles. And the size of these factories range from 1.2 million square feet to 10 million square feet of workspace. And the current headquarters is in the Gigafactory in Texas. So for the products, Tesla designs and manufactures electric vehicles, solar panels, solar roof tiles, and batteries for both the car and home purposes. As I said, their goal is to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy, which they use through their products. They started producing cars in 2008 with the Roadster, which is their race car, and became the first all-electric vehicle to be highway legal, traveled more than 200 miles on a single charge, and the first car to be launched into space. And after that, they produced 2 sedans, the Model S and Model 3, and 2 crossover SUVs with the Model X and Model Y. And they have semi-trucks that they're still working on, and also the Cybertruck, which is the latest. And in 2012, Tesla built the Superchargers, which is charging stations for their cars, and supposed to charge their cars quickly. And some Teslas come with lifetime charging, while others you have to pay annually for one-time credit for it. And they currently have 45,000 superchargers located mostly in North America, Europe, and Asia. And for their solar products, they have they started in 2016 after they acquired Solar City, and they produce so the top is the roof tiles, and then the solar panel and the power wall, which is their home energy storage. And Tesla has become one of the most valuable car companies in the world, and as of 2021, Tesla is worth over $700 billion, and is considered the leader in the clean energy revolution.
So Tesla has adopted a vertical integration strategy. So they're involved in every step of its production process. They produce many of their components in-house, such as their major components like their batteries, electric motors, and their power electronics. Through a vertical integration strategy, they're able to ensure the quality control on the production process, and also find new ways to increase its efficiency. They also have a centralized supply chain organization. Tesla, they have a centralized procurement system from supplier selection to its payment. It's responsible for sourcing, purchasing its raw materials, services, and key components for its vehicles. They also have a centralized supply chain team that manages supplier relationships. So through this team, they're able to manage supplier performance across the supply chain. This can include supplier audits, monitoring supplier quality and delivery performance, and also collaborating with the suppliers to continuously improve their performance. Tesla also has a just-in-time inventory system. Through their just-in-time inventory system, Tesla is able to produce and manufacture its products when it's going to be used or sold. Through this system, it allows them to be flexible to their demand and production levels and scheduling. This helps to reduce waste, reduce excess inventory, and the need for large warehouses. And through a just-in-time inventory system, they're able to improve efficiency as well. For its technologies, they do have a TMOS, which is Tesla Manufacturing Operating System. Tesla uses a digital automated software system to manage its manufacturing process. Through TMOS, they're able to track inventory levels in real time, such as raw materials, work in progress, and finished goods. They rely heavily on automation and robotics. So with the automation, it helps eliminate manual processes, which can cause errors and waste of time. TMOS also has tools to track defect rates, manage supplier relationships, and also monitor quality control. So Tesla does do a combination of making and buying components that go into their electric vehicles and energy products. The components that they do insourcing for are their major components such as their batteries, electric motors, their software, drive units, and also some parts of the body. So the parts of the body that they do insource are the frame, the chassis, and body panels. They do outsource some components as well, like such as their electronic components. This can include sensors, control modules, display screens. They also outsource seats and other parts of the body such as the doors, fenders, and hoods. And then also their gigafactories are in Nevada, New York, Shanghai, Texas, Berlin, and their first factory was in Fremont, California.
For delivery, Tesla has a streamlined process for delivering vehicles directly to customers that allow for a more efficient control system, resulting in quicker delivery time and enhancing customer satisfaction. For the pricing strategy, it's similar to like the scaling pricing method. At first uses a higher price to obtain higher profit margin to high-end customers, and then launches low price electric cars to seize market share and maximize the profits. For cost management, to control production process, Tesla invested in new manufacturing technology that uses arm casting and replaces small metal parts. And they also bought battery manufacturing and other parts of its supply chain in-house, and standardizing vehicles to design and improve the economics. For supply selection and evaluation, for selection, their process is focused on technological expertise, sustainability, scalability, cost effectiveness, and innovation. For Tesla evaluation criteria, for suppliers include product quality, reliability, scalability, innovation, and shared value. They work closely with suppliers on both research and development efforts, ensuring the supply components meet companies' exact performance requirements. Examples working with Panasonic for battery production and LG Chemical supplying battery stacks. For their global supply management, strategy to optimize the supply chain. They have a supply chain management that allows to track and monitor the flow of materials from suppliers to its factories. And they use their procurement system that allows for complete producing parts and components on demand. They also use just-in-time inventory to reduce the amount of inventory that's needed to keep on hand and reduce its environmental impact. Use of renewable energy sources, recycled materials, and use of energy efficient processes.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the solar technology for Tesla. Tesla is one of the companies that they want to work about the four things that they have installed. And the SOL is accounting for strength, weakness, opportunities, and they're pretty. So as we see right now, so also we're going to help with define creating for the company more resources effectively. And so based on that, if you see on the chart here, they have strength, weakness, opportunities, and trade. So in the strength when we see that they have the most energy efficiency, the Tesla is leading the finer energy sources power, which is based Phil was talking about, that they have the solar and the most energy in the country in Europe and Asia. So similar like that, they want to be more partner with in the market because they want to be like globally out there to produce it and just be one of the most valuable company in the market. And in the meantime, they wanna be highly initiative. Tesla designed the top class vehicle based on the design, the drive, and everything else that they wanna be, because they just wanna be one of the brands which is high quality in the market. And also, Surrey brand in May, it has gained a lot of, like a lot of interest in the market. People when they see Tesla, so they just by the look and by the drive that they see, okay, so this vehicle has a lot of things in it and it will be really good for the company or the people that want to drive around and they want to drive. This is one of the things people love it. So also their weaknesses. Right now they're working, establishing like standard globally, but there's a lot of issues with the energy. Like some countries, they don't have like the charging station, or they cannot afford the price of that. So based on that, so they're right now struggling with that, so which is kind of competitive for them. Then also, if we see the premium product range, so the price range will be kind of difficult for some other countries. For example, if they go to some part of Asia and some other places, mostly people they cannot afford, and based on the pricing and based on the energy of that, so it comes based on to the electric vehicles. And other thing, the succession strategy, Elon Musk has become the brand face for the Tesla, and that he want to be, he accepted on TV show that he want to be there, and that is kind of right now he has to answer all of them, like whatever is there. People are gonna ask him a lot of things, and there's a lot of press for them too. So that's why based on that, and opportunities. This opportunities when we see Tesla has a lot of opportunities in the market. They gained a lot of good trust, and the best thing right now they have autopilot in the market. Like the autopilot is one of the vehicles people mostly love about it, which is it's gonna cost the customers. There's an extra on that because every single vehicle when you buy it, they don't come with autopilot. They come with only basic. But if you want to have the autopilot, they're gonna activate it for you. So it's gonna cost you around $10,000 to $12,000 more. They will activate it for you, the autopilot, and that will give you more enjoyable for driving, because this is basically you're gonna be just sitting down, touching the wheel, and it will be driving automatically. Before it used to be, so even if you don't touch it, you sleep, but there was quite a lot of accidents and everything, they changed it back. So they said you have to be awake, you have to touch it, you have to touch the wheel. They also about their environmental, they're really friendly, and the electric cars that they have, they want to be going with fuel efficiency right now in the market. People just want to go with saving more gas, and people are getting more benefits. Even if you see in California state, they are getting rebates. Most of the other companies right now, even if they are building the vehicle, if it's built in the United States, you get 3 types of benefits. There is the state rebate, the federal rebate, and PG rebate. So the state rebate is still the same if it's even it's used brand or outside, but the federal and PG might change on that. So also they're gonna talk about the battery cell in-house game changer. So they said this is a big game changer in-house when we are building in the United States. The United States has more like more capacity to installing the charging and stuff around, and there should be like more for the power, for the economy of the country to be more better and healthier. So also if we see about the trick is for the Teslas right now, because BMW and Volkswagen, they are becoming one of the competitors in the market, because they're launching their new vehicles that fully electric, that will be more competitive for Tesla, but it still is gonna be like based on the price. Who has a good price? Who has good like more better quality? It goes based on that. So also the Tesla is working on more good technology. That's how they're gonna proceed more to have it more operational and more better cost in the market, that they can get more profit margin in the market, and how they can get more customers like, it depends like how, what consumer wants in the market and how the customers, wanna spend the money. And, but then, and also they have one of the other thing, because what it shows how many miles it will give you, but it's not exactly. So it's, for example, if it's showing you 350, but when it's driving over 65, it's not gonna give you the exact miles. It's always reduce the miles. And by the time, as long as the battery goes, it reduces the battery life.
So Tesla's a very successful company, right? It's hard to recommend things to a company that they will do right as far as their strategies and their supply chain management. But through our analysis of Tesla, we came up with 3 things. That is multi-sourcing, collaboration, suppliers and product development, and being digital overshooters. So multi-sourcing, we all know what that is. Basically, increased outsourcing to manufacturers and vendors in order to keep up with demand of product as well as possible expansion. So right now, one of the faults that Tesla has is that they're not very globally active, right? They're not, they want to expand. So outsourcing is a good way of going into other countries and buying, basically practicing good buyer-seller relationships in order to expand their company. Also, multi-sourcing like mitigates the risk of possible shortages. And we've seen that recently with COVID, you know, there were cars that were basically completed but waiting on chips that weren't able to be made, which made the back end of like cars possible, right? So the fact that Tesla would be able to basically source from multiple suppliers will increase their benefits and averting risk. And overall, it creates opportunity for expansion. So right now Tesla is mainly based in North America, right? And they want to be a global player, so being able to source from different suppliers is always good. And for our next one is collaborate with suppliers and product development. So Tesla is basically competitive because they kind of in-house a lot of their components, and they're able to manage that very, very great. But we think that they have an opportunity for growth when it comes to partnering with their suppliers like LG and Panasonic, who help out with certain parts that they need. So we believe that if they collaborate with these players, that they can create better products and in turn create better brand resistance and raise the quality of their products as well as popularity and consistent customer loyalty. Now, the last part is being digital orchestrators. This one's kind of tricky. You want to invest in advanced analytics and big data applications. But honestly, investing in these information is not enough. Like, it needs to have good analysis of information in order to implement ways in which Tesla can invest and where, how, when, and how to invest in their operations. So we think that if they invest in these things, like, they have better chances at improving their product. Also, we know that Tesla is very automated with their processes, and we think that they increase automation in robotic processes as well as AI. They can free up their employees to like basically be more engaged in creativity and innovation, which is basically the future, right? Everything's going to be automated. Everything's going to be not so factory line. So they need basically talent that's going to think for themselves and creativity and innovation. And like through these automated operations, it frees up Tesla, and we think that Tesla should start focusing on sourcing their talent mainly, which is employees, future employers. And we feel like if they start like making partnerships with like universities, offering courses that specifically benefit Tesla, they can create basically the talent of their own. And there's also a couple of companies like I want to say Dell that have in-house education programs, which basically means that they offer courses like within the company in order to basically create better employees.